have been able to understand and frame the importance of a clean run at the bags. Yes, you want to be fast there, but if you fumble one of those three, it really opens the door for all kinds of time for athletes to make up on you or close the gap, or for you to get too far behind to be able to advance.
Emma Lawson is behind Gabby McGowan. Lawson currently sits in third place overall. Tia Toomey, Laura Horvath, and Emma Carey also in the first heat in round number 2.
One of the most difficult parts of being corralled this way, other than, of course, always constantly for about an hour and a half straight looking your competitors square in the eyes, is that you're pretty static there. And then you know you have to take the field to be fast, to be explosive, and to be deadly accurate. And that is a difficult task, to stand still, be stagnant, and then all of a sudden be asked to move as fast as possible through space. It's a skill that these athletes hopefully had plenty of opportunities to refine and practice in their training, but it's a skill that's learned through experience.
Emma Lawson in third place overall, but she has been extremely consistent so far in this competition. She and Tia Toomey are the only two athletes without a finish outside the top 10.
And that's what you like to see. That's what you want to see from champions in this sport, is that if you can minimize your appearances outside of the top 10, it's going to set you up for opportunities to win.
And Emma Lawson will be working out of lane number 4 right next to Tia Toomey, Laura Horvath in lane 2. And then it's Carey and McGowan on the opposite ends of the field. And there is Tia Toomey, has 2 event wins under her belt so far. 375 total points, a 60-point cushion on Laura Horvath coming into this event.
3, 2, 1. Go!
Heat 1 is underway. Over, under, over. Emma Carey getting a little bit hung up on that second log. Laura Horvath looks to be the first woman to the bags, followed by Toomey, Lawson, and McGowan. 150-pound bag, they got to get it over that 45-inch lip. Horvath has 2, Tia has 2, McGowan is on her third bag. Horvath is going to win this heat convincingly. Lawson's going to be second, McGowan, and then Toomey, and now here comes Emma Carey. Laura Horvath taking heat number 1 of round 2 in convincing fashion. Lawson and McGowan getting in ahead of Tia Toomey, but we still have 2 heats to go. Top 10 times remain.
Yeah, fast overall heat there. Laura really seized the opportunity, and it wasn't even early that she started fast. It was the way that she finished. Up and over the logs, what we saw initially was Tia had a great attack. She went up and over very cleanly. She led with her lead leg immediately over the log, and that gave her success to have a couple steps on Laura. But Laura closed the gap, passed her on the sprint, and then she seized every moment, as she has a tremendously fast ability to get the bags into the teeter, and she sprints through the finish, beating the other women by seconds.
Laura Horvath looks to be safe and advance into round number 3. The question is, where will Tia Toomey's time sort there, as she is 4th place in the heat? These are all unofficial. Horvath 25.25 seconds, followed by Lawson, McGowan, Toomey at 27.43. So keep that number in mind, as once again, the top 10 times remain in contention. Those are the times that will move on to round number 3. And Emma Carey at 29.78 seconds is 5th.
And we see several different recovery strategies taking place. Bethany Flores with the feet kicked up, flushing some of that blood away from her legs so they don't get too heavy. Got Christine Colin-Brander going through the old traditional track warm-up, the leg swing. Hopefully some of the folks tuning in with us are familiar with that in their warm-ups and or prep work for their training on a day-in and day-out basis.
Getting set for the second heat here in round number 2. The athletes have lined up there in the third base dugout. They'll be making their way out onto the field here in just a moment. But this is the first that we have really seen the sun on a consistent basis here at the Rogue Invitational. So that shade certainly coming in handy, as it is hot and humid down there on the field.
All right, folks, here we go. Making their way out
Yeah, especially with all that rain we've gotten all weekend. When the sun comes out, it gets pretty brutal.
There is Paige Powers, who had a solid run in round number 1 to get herself here into round number 2. Needs to start scoring some points, though. 16th place overall coming into this event. And she has had a really great year. Won Wadapalooza back in January and then finished in a top 10 spot at the CrossFit Games for her best career finish as an individual is Manon Anganez, who is out on the field as well. Paige Semenza, Lauren Fisher, and then Emily Rolfe in lane 5.
And I'm interested to see what kind of up and over we see from Semenza. She's the one that took a spill in the first run, but it was a fast means to get over the log. Is she willing to put up that same kind of risk here in Heat 2?
3, 2, 1, go!
Heat 2 of 3 is underway. And Semenza clears it, and Semenza is going to be the first woman to the bags, followed by Manon Anganez, Lauren Fisher, Emily Rolfe, and Paige Powers right now in 5th. Anganez slips as Powers is on her second bag. Fisher is on her second bag. Powers with one more bag to go, along with Paige Semenza. Semenza's in, and she will win Fisher, Anganez, Rolfe, and then Paige Powers.
Hey, Semenza knew she was onto something. She just needed to nail it, and she dialed it in on that one. A little bit more cautious on her second over with the log there, but wow, that strategy really paid off. She is explosive, field sport athlete, hockey as a background, played many sports, and she's flexing it and showing it off here during this event.
Just like going over the boards, and she clears it this time. Swings those 2 feet around, up and over on that third log. You can see her right there in the middle. And that approach paid off. We'll see if anybody tries to duplicate that now here in Heat number 3.
That'd certainly be something I'd watch. And the beauty is that she really sees the opportunity with the bags as well. It wasn't that she had a lead and didn't let up on it at all. She seized the moment, kept the lead, kept her foot on the gas pedal, and dialed in that accuracy all the way through the finish line.
Paige Semenza takes her heat and looks to move into round number 3. Top 10 times advancing from here. Semenza coming off an 18th place finish at the CrossFit Games back in August. This is her first appearance at the Rogue Invitational.
I got to tell you, with Spiegel's initial time, I can't wait to watch her go again to see how she shot out of those logs so quickly.
She had a great run there in round number 1. 25.40 seconds, just misses unofficially Laura Horvath's top time of 25.25. Lauren Fisher and Manon Anganez separated by just 0.4 of a second. Paige Powers gets in inside the 30-second mark, and Emily Rolfe at 30.24 will be in trouble with 1 heat remaining here. Third and final heat. There is the master board in the third base dugout where they're tallying all the results. Ariel Lone and Christine Kohlenbrander, Danny Spiegel, Alex Gazan, and Danielle Brandon getting some final instructions from the judges here. It looks like the field is reset. Now the athletes will take their position to start this third and final round.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2, 3 athletes.
And these women have had a chance to take a run at this event already, and Spiegel was the one in her particular heat that came out on top with a fast time in the 26-second range. So we know that she's definitely got what it takes to enter into that 25-second domain. We wonder if she's going to take any of the lessons that she's learned or change her strategy at all going into this run here in round 2.
Danny Spiegel coming off a 20th place finish in 10th inning earlier today, looking to get back on track here in the duel 3. Final round of round 2. Athletes are set. We'll keep an eye on Danny Spiegel right there in lane 3, pardon me. We are underway. Spiegel up and over, no problem. Slides under, and Spiegel once again looking to open up a lead here. Christine Kohlenbrander and Ariel Lowen fighting for second. Alex Gazan and Danielle Brandon will be fourth and fifth to the bags. Kohlenbrander taking the lead, though, on the bags with Ariel Lowen. She's a little faster than Spiegel right now. Spiegel has caught up. Danny Spiegel on her final bag. Danny Spiegel in almost at the same time as Lowen. You got Kohlenbrander, Gazan, and then Brandon are in. We will wait for the official result because it was close between Danny Spiegel and Ariel Lowen.
Oh, man, anything can happen in 25 seconds, Sean. Anything. I'll tell you what. Spiegel shot out like a cannonball on the other side of those logs and got the lead early, but had a little bit of a fumble there on that first log, or that first bag.
And unofficially, it is a razor-thin margin between Danny Spiegel and Ariel Lowen. Spiegel at 24.45, Lowen at 24.47. Two one-hundredths of a second. That's basically a blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if it's a full blank. It's there quick.
One more look at how close it is. Spiegel and Lowen, man. Kohlenbrander, then Gazan, and then it's Danielle Brandon on the far side of the field. Just take another look at just how close this was.
And there's a bit of strategy there, Sean. Spiegel makes contact early on the box versus Lowen lifts her hand and makes contact dead in the center. That is literally what decided. Ariel almost had more of her body across the finish line, but she wasn't making contact as early with the box. That savviness and awareness to make the earliest contact possible is where it paid off. Wow.
We have to wish Ariel Lowen a happy birthday today, and looking like as a present she's going to advance into that third round, but we'll wait for the top 10 times to be tabulated. Danny Spiegel, that's the fastest